I flew all the way to Seattle to speak to an Amazon employee to fix my listing. Now, that sounds pretty crazy, but I imagine a lot of you sellers would get on a plane and fly to Seattle if you had a listing that was down and you could fix it. That's kind of what I did. I was planning on going to Accelerate, which is Amazon's conference anyway. They have thousands of sellers. They put on this massive show, big parties. Lots of my friends are there. And what they do is they set up in the hall with different booths and sections with Amazon employees. I have a toy that I launched that is similar to a different toy, which is not allowed to be sold on Amazon. So we used some keywords in our listing and it was flagged as if it was the banned product. So we submitted some cases, proved that we were selling a different product, which we are allowed to sell, submitted all of our testing documents, and the case was resolved. It was accepted. We were supposed to be able to start selling the product. That was almost a month ago. Now, I got on the phone at least half a dozen times. We escalated the case multiple times. We kept pointing back to the resolution, and yet the products were not being opened up or allowed to be sold. The listings were still blocked. Now, we were told over and over again that it looks like you should be able to sell the product. It looks good. We accept it. It's accepted. I don't get it. And it was just escalated into the void. Now, I don't know how the teams internally at Amazon work, but I imagine that the frontline worker that takes my complaint is very junior, oftentimes doesn't understand what's happening. So what we try to do is call and speak to someone in what we call the Spanish team. Now, this team is based in Costa Rica, and this is a really big tip. If you ask for the Spanish team, you will get a higher level team. That team is higher level than someone in India, Pakistan, or China, for example. Now, the American team can have some higher level teams as well, or people in it, and we call it the catalog team. But for the most part, the Spanish team is very good. So I spoke to a couple people. They said that they would escalate it. So even that frontline worker that verified that everything looked good had to escalate it to management, and that's where it would disappear. So why am I a little frustrated by this? Well, obviously I'm frustrated because my listing was down for a month and I couldn't launch it, and I lost out on potentially a lot of sales. But more so because when I went to visit with someone in Seattle, I was able to speak to someone in the toy compliance team that's very high up there. And within 10 minutes of speaking with her, she verified a few things, saw that the case was resolved, said, I don't know why it's not blocked, opened up a new tab, was able to type the ASINs in, and said it should be resolved. They should be active in the next couple minutes. I said, let me get your email in case I have any additional problems. Thank you very much. Shook her hand, and I checked. I walked away and checked, and my listings were now active on Amazon. So where is the disconnect? Now, am I willing to spend $600 to attend Amazon's event and $600 on round-trip flights to Seattle from Miami, all the way across the country, as far away as I could possibly go? Yes, because that one listing or the issue that I have is going to make me a lot more money than that. But why should I have to? I don't understand what's going on at Amazon that this happened. So this is the type of frustration that we deal with as an Amazon seller. And one of the things that, even though I've been selling since 2016 with my own brands and 2015 total on Amazon, I've run into many issues on Amazon, as Amazon sellers often do. And we've built up relationships with different employees here and there, but they tend to churn or churn out, or they're in the wrong department and can't help us. And so I was able to ask people within the inner circle. There's over 1,000 members in our private mastermind, the Seller Systems Inner Circle. And over 400 of those sellers are doing over $1 million a year. I wasn't able to find someone in toy compliance, but there were people that had a Rolodex of this department and that department and this helpful person. So I would say that most of the time, I would have been able to find someone that could help me at least resolve my case. That's the power of networking and the power of going to these events and the power of being in a mastermind with other sellers, so you're not facing this alone. So don't be afraid to go to events. Make sure you do it. Take a list of all the issues that you're having and try to make some relationships with some people while you're there, and join the inner circle. Join a mastermind group. Find other successful sellers that are facing the same issues you're facing, that have already faced those issues. Try to avoid them before you get there. We've all made those mistakes that we can teach you not to make, but then also lean on the support of the community. Help others while you're in there and get the help. So that's the end of my rant. I will be going back to Accelerate. It was a fantastic event. Amazon spared no expense, spent millions of dollars on parties and an LED screen that is absolutely phenomenal. You could shoot the Mandalorian on it. It was such high quality. I got to see all my friends. That's why I love going to events. This was an added bonus. I got these SKUs resolved. They're up and selling, and they're actually converting really well. I'm really happy with the launch. But make sure you subscribe to the channel below. I'll be posting more often, and there will be lots of tips, masterclasses, free content to help you get through this journey. Take care.